Hello and warm regards from NEXT IAS team. Welcome to another episode of Daily News Analysis. Today is 30th June. Let's see the important articles that we are going to discuss today. The first article is about the SDG Progress in India. The Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation has come out with a publication telling us about the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals in India have been, what targets we have achieved and how far are we from achieving the other targets. The second topic is the National Turmeric Board. The National Turmeric Board has been inaugurated at the Nizamabad in Telangana, and we are going to see about that board. The third topic is about Rwanda and Democratic Republic of Congo conflict that has been going on, and they have arrived at the peace agreement. Then the last topic in the explain section is about the delisting of the political parties that is now being done by Election Commission. And in the decoded section, we are going to discuss about the implementation of the new criminal laws. 1 year has been passed since the new criminal laws has been legislated by the parliament, and how has been their implementation and how has they helped in improvement of the criminal justice in India. We are going to see that. So let's start with the first topic. The first topic is the release of SDG publications. The Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation has released the SDG publications on the occasion of the 19th Statistical Day. Now this topic is relevant from GS paper 3 in the environmental issues topic. Now let's see about the news. The Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation has developed the National Indicator Framework in consultation with the ministries, UN agencies and stakeholders to monitor India's SDG progress in line with the national priorities. So what is the objective of the National Indicator Framework? The objective is to monitor India's progress in SDGs implementation in line with the national priorities. So that we should be knowing about who has developed this. This has been developed by Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Now, on the occasion of the 19th Statistical Day that is held on 29th June 2025 every year, the following publications have been released in this regard. The first publication is SDG National Indicator Framework Progress Report of 2025. Then Data Snapshot about this National Indicator Framework Progress Report of 2025. And lastly, SDG National Indicator Framework of 2025. So these three publications have been released by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Now, what are the highlights of this report? The SDG National Indicator Framework Progress Report 2025, the basic headlines involved, first of all, is the social protection. The population covered under the social protection. What do you mean by social protection? The social protection means the welfare measures that are taken by the government. The population that has been covered have increased from 22% to 64.3%. So that means from 1/5 of the population we are now covering around 2/3 of our population under the social protection measures that we are having. So this is the first part of the report. The second one is gross value added in agriculture per worker. That has also increased. That has increased from 61,247 rupees to 94,110 rupees. Now, what is this gross value added in agriculture per worker means? It means the how much economic value each agriculture worker contributes to the overall output of the sector. So, कितनी वैल्यू एक एग्रीकल्चर वर्कर डालता है एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर में, that is known as gross value added or GVA in agriculture per worker. Now it has increased by almost 50% from 61,000 to 94,000. Now it indicates that there is an improved agriculture productivity in the country as well as income per worker has also increased. The next is rural access to the improved drinking water. That has also increased. That was initially 94.57%. Now it has gone to 99%, 99.62%. So that was 10 years back. Now it indicates a significant progress towards the SDG goal of universal safe water access in the rural areas. Then we have the renewable energy share. The renewable energy share in the total energy market of country or the total electricity generation of the country has increased from 16.02% to 22.13%. So it simply means that we have now crossed 1/5 mark of the electricity generation to renewable energy. So 22% of the total electricity that is now generated in the country is now coming directly from the renewable energy sources. The next is the installed renewable energy. So the installed renewable energy per capita, that means per person कितनी energy हमारी installed है renewable की form में. So it was initially 64.0 W watt per capita. Now it has increased to 156.31 watts per capita. See, this increase is significant. Why? There is increase in population of the country also, and we are increasing the installed renewable energy per capita also. So the increase in renewable energy is quite significant. Then waste recycling plants, they have also increased from 829 in 2019-20 to 3036 in 2024-25. Then recognized startup, the startups have also increased. It was 453 in 2016, now it has increased to 34,293 in 2014. It indicates a strong entrepreneurial growth in the country. Then next, the Gini coefficient, it has decreased. Gini coefficient means it indicates the inequality in the country. So this Gini coefficient, low it is good for the economy or good for the country. Now it is declined from 0.283 to 0.237 in the rural areas, and in the urban areas it has declined from 0.363 to 0.284, and this has happened from between 2011-12 to 2023-24. So there is a reduction in the inequality in the country as well. Then emission intensity of GDPs, it has also decreased from 36% in 2020, it has reduced by 36% in 2020 as if we compare at the levels of 2005. So from the levels of 2005, we have decreased the emission intensity of the GDP by 36%. That is also a good indication. Then internet subscription, that has obviously increased. Now it has increased from 302.36 million to 954.40 million in 2024. So it is showing an increased digital connectivity in the country as well. Then next is the waste processing rate. So it has improved from 17.97 that was in 2015-16 to 80.7% in 2024-25. So only 20% waste we are not able to process, rest 80% we are even able to process. Now it is enhancing our waste management. Then lastly, the forest cover, it has increased from 21.34% in 2015 to 21.76% in 2023. So there has been only a minor increase in the forest cover. We need to work upon that part. Our target is to achieve 33% forest cover in the country. Now next is the sustainable development goals that you should be knowing. There are 17 sustainable development goals. These include, the first one is no poverty, zero hunger, good health and and well-being, then quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, that is renewable energy part हो गया, ये हो गया हमारा clean water access का. Then decent work and economic growth, that it comes under inequality. इंडस्ट्री इनोवेशन एंड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के साथ रिलेट करेंगे. रिड्यूस इनइक्वालिटीज गिनी कोफिशिएंट के साथ रिलेट करेंगे. देन सस्टेनेबल सिटीज एंड कम्युनिटीज, वी नीड देम. देन रिस्पॉन्सिबल कंजम्पशन एंड प्रोटेक्शन, climate action, life below water. This indicator is not in the SDG index that is developed by the NITI Aayog. Then life on earth, then peace, justice and strong institutions, and lastly partnership for the goals. So these sustainable development goals you should be able to remember, and whenever you are attempting any ecology question, you should be quoting these as SDGs wherever it is relevant. The next is the SDG index. So SDG India Index, it has been developed by NITI Aayog, and its basic objective is to tell us about or to track the India's progress in achieving the UN SDGs. It promotes SDG localization. SDG localization means that the SDGs that are at the global level, how we are adopting them and implementing at the local level. कुछ ना कुछ changes हमें करने होते हैं global level के standards को थोड़ा सा हम tinker करते हैं अपनी needs के accordingly. By helping states integrate the goals into their development agenda and guides policy makers in identifying the gaps and setting priorities for the sustainable development by 2023. Now, what are the key features? This Sustainable India Index includes 16 SDGs that go across 113 indicators. The one SDG that is not included is goal number 14, that is life below water, because it is mainly relevant for the coastal states. Then the score is, it ranges between 0 to 100, and based upon the scores, the states are identified as the aspirant states that are having a score between 0 to 49, then performer 50 to 64, then front runners 55 to 99, and the achievers who have achieved the 100 score on this SDG India Index. Then lastly, about the statistical day, we said that this is the 19th statistical day that we are celebrating this year. So this statistical day is celebrated on 29th June to honor Professor late P.C. Mahalanobis. I hope you have heard his name. Whenever we read the planning part in the economy, we come across the Mahalanobis plan. So we should be knowing about him for his contributions to statistics and economic planning. The day aims to raise awareness, especially among the youth, about the importance of statistics in policy making and national development. We know how statistics is important because it helps in pointing out the main challenge and to catering to that challenge. The welfare schemes that we are having that are basically framed based upon the data that we have, the statistics that we have. So statistics is very important. Now the theme for this year's Statistic Day is 75 years of National Sample Survey. The theme highlights the legacy and impact of the National Sample Survey in strengthening India's statistical system. Based upon the discussion, you have to attempt the MCQ and you have to put our answers in the comment box. The second topic that we are having is Turmeric Board. The backdrop is the Turmeric Board headquarters have been established in Nizamabad in Telangana recently by our Honorable Home Minister and Cooperatives Minister Mr. Amit Shah. Now this topic is relevant from GS paper 3 in the Indian economy section. Let's see about the news. Union Home Minister and Cooperation Minister Mr. Amit Shah inaugurated the National Turmeric Board headquartered at Nizamabad, Telangana on June 29, 2025. The formation of board was actually announced by our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi in 2023 during the Telangana elections. And it has been a long-standing demand from the turmeric farmers that there should be board on the lines of National Tea Board or National Tobacco Board. There should be Turmeric Board as well. Now this Turmeric Board has finally got inaugurated. Now let's see about the news. First of all, this Turmeric Board is launched by Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Then what will be the main objectives or what main functions of this board? The first one is it will facilitate packaging, branding, marketing and export to reduce the farmers dependent on middlemen. So directly this board wants to connect the farmers with the international market so that they can directly get the benefit of the income and their income can be enhanced. Secondly, it will also focus on R&D and develop value-added turmeric products and leverage the traditional knowledge. Because turmeric in India is very important. The haldi that we say in Hindi. So haldi हमारे खाने के हर एक चीज में हमें हल्दी डालते हैं. So the haldi or the turmeric is very important in the country. We are having a rich traditional knowledge in haldi, its uses and how to use it and wherever it can be used. Then it will also help in enhancing capacity building and skill development among the turmeric growers. And lastly, it will also adhere to the quality and food safety standards. Now, who will be the members of this Turmeric Board? First of all, the chairman will be appointed by the Government of India. Then the representatives from Ministry of Ayush, Ministry of Pharmaceuticals, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare and Department of Commerce are going to be the members. Along with them, there will be 3 rotating senior officials from 3 turmeric producing states, that is Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana or Tamil Nadu. From these states who grow these turmeric, there are going to be 3 members from them also. So this is going to be the Turmeric Board and these are going to be the functions of the Turmeric Board. Next is what is actually turmeric if we talk in the sense in the scientific manner. Hindi में तो we know it that it is known as haldi and haldi हमारे खाने का एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण part भी है. Now turmeric is an underground rhizome of Curcuma longa plant from the ginger family, that is Ginger Beraceae. Now it has a vibrant yellow color and this vibrant yellow color is due to a chemical known as curcumin, a primary active compound. The turmeric is having a very important use in anti-inflammatory, antioxidants, antimicrobial, antiviral, anti-cancer properties. Now the turmeric cultivation in India, it is done in 20 states. The leading states are Maharashtra, Telangana, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. We grow around 30 varieties of turmeric in our country and our country's turmeric grown in India is having a high curcumin level and this curcumin level is very important for its properties like anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antimicrobial, antiviral, anti-cancer properties. During the time of COVID, haldi's consumption also increased and basically the raw haldi consumption increased. So the turmeric has a very important role in these kind of diseases. Now The turmeric in India, we are having 30 varieties, and there are certain varieties which have been accorded the GI tag as well. For example, Lakadong turmeric in Meghalaya has been given the GI tag. Then Khandamal turmeric of Odisha, Erode turmeric of Tamil Nadu, and Armoor turmeric of Telangana. These have been accorded the GI tags. Now, lastly, about the trade in turmeric. So, India is the largest producer as well as consumer and exporter of turmeric. Overall, 70% of the world's turmeric is produced by India only, and 62% of the global market share resides with India in terms of exports. Then, if we talk about the export data, 1.62 lakh tons of turmeric was exported by our country in 2023-24, and the value was 226.5 million. Our objective is to achieve 1 billion USD export by 2030, so that our turmeric growers can be benefit out of that. Now, on the lines of the Turmeric Board, we are having other boards that are already there. For example, there is a Tea Board, which is headquartered at Kolkata, West Bengal. Then Coffee Board, it is headquartered at Bengaluru, Karnataka. Rubber Board in Koettam in Kerala. Then Spices Board in Kochi in Kerala. Then Tobacco Board in Guntur in Andhra Pradesh. And now we are having a Turmeric Board which is headquartered in Nizamabad in Telangana. So these are the important boards that you should be knowing about. Now, based upon the discussion, you have to attempt this MCQ and you have to post your answers in the comment box. Let's move to third topic. The third topic is about Rwanda, DR Congo. DR Congo means Democratic Republic of Congo sign a peace deal. Now, what is the backdrop here? The Rwanda and Democratic Republic of Congo have signed the peace agreement recently in USA to end the fighting. There are ethnic conflicts that are going between these two countries at the border states. Later, we are going to see those. Then it is relevant from GS paper 2 in the international relations, how the relations in African countries are going on, because these countries are rich in mineral resources, and these are also the countries which are adversely affected by conflicts as well as hunger and poverty. Now, let's see about the news. The peace agreement, it has been mediated by Qatar, aims to end the long-standing conflict that has caused thousands of deaths and instability in the mineral-rich Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The deal follows a recent offensive by M23 rebels, which are known as ethnic Tutsi group, allegedly backed by Rwanda, which captured the significant territory including the Goma of DRC. Denis Mukwege was awarded Nobel Prize in 2018 for the peace process. Process he started to end the Democratic Republic's epidemic of sexual violence in the war. So, this Democratic Republic of Congo has been long affected by the sexual violence that arise in these conflict regions. Now, if we see the location of the Democratic Republic of Congo and DRC, we find this is Congo and here it is Rwanda. Now, the important regions which are in conflict include, the first one is Rutshuru, Masisi, Goma, Bukavu, Sange. उनके अलावा Kinshasa, this was also in news. Then Lubumbashi is also in news. Then Bujumbura is also in news. Kigali agreement we have also studied. So you should be knowing about where is Kigali. Kigali is the capital of Rwanda. Then we have Lake Kivu, Lake Edward. You should be knowing about these details. I will suggest you open an atlas along with the next part of the video, and you can locate these places there. These can be asked in the UPSC. Then Lake Tanganyika is also there. So these are the important places of location that we should be knowing about. Let's see about them. First one is Goma. It is North Kivu. North Kivu is to the north of the Lake Kivu. It is a major city captured briefly by M23 rebels, and it is a strategic location near Rwanda. It is also economic hub. Then Masisi, it is again in north of Kivu in the DRC. It is known for the mineral wealth. Ethnic clashes and rebel activities of M23 and Mai militias is observed in this region. Then Rutshuru is north of Kivu. It is a key town under rebel control. It is a flashpoint of M23, Rwanda and DRC tensions. Then Bukavu in South Kivu. It is a major city with frequent militia activity, hub for humanitarian operations. Then Sange is there. Repeated massacres and sexual violence have affected this region. Then Lake Kivu, it is important. It is a volcanic lake near the Goma. Then Kigali, it is the capital city of Rwanda. Then Bujumbura, Burundi, it is the city of Burundi. Then Kinshasa, it is the capital of DRC. See, Kinshasa is towards the western side and the conflict is going on the eastern side. Then Lubumbashi, it is in South Democratic Republic of Congo and it is the mining capital and it is not central to the M23 conflict. So, the mining area, it lies in the southern region. It is the major mining area. The next thing is the resources that are found in Democratic Republic of Congo. See, Democratic Republic of Congo is very, very important. Equator passes through it. The world's third largest river in terms of discharge, that is river Congo, also flows through this. And it is having a lot of important mineral resources that we are going to see. First of all, let's see about the DRC. So, the Democratic Republic of Congo is home to the second largest tropical rainforest of the world, the Congo rainforest after Amazon forest. Secondly, it has the second largest river system of Africa. First one is Nile and after that the Congo river comes. And in terms of discharge, it is the third largest river. Discharge means the amount of water that it carries. The first one is Amazon, after that is Ganga and third one is Congo river. Now the important minerals include, the first one is cobalt, the Katanga copper belt, that is very, very important. The Katanga plateau, it is an important region for mineral resources that you should be able to locate on your atlases. The copper belt, then copper is in the Katanga region. Then we have coltan, that is tantalum. It is in North Kivu and South Kivu. Then gold is there. Ituri, South Kivu, North Kivu region. Diamonds are also found here. Then tin is also found in the North, South and Minima region. Then tungsten is very importantly found here. It is in south of Kivu and north of Kivu. You should be knowing about the scientific name of tungsten also, wolframite. Then lithium is also found here in the southeastern Democratic Republic of Congo region near Zambia. So, these are the important minerals that are found in Democratic Republic of Congo. Then the important locations that you should be able to locate. So, you have to locate these lakes in the atlas. The Lake Kivu, Lake Edward, Lake Tanganyika, Lake Albert, Ruzizi River and Luala River. So, these important regions you have to locate in the atlas. Now, based upon the discussion, you have to attempt this MCQ and you have to post your answers in the comment box. Now, the last topic in the explain section is about the delisting of the political parties. The backdrop here is the recently Election Commission of India, that is ECI, has initiated the steps to delist many political parties. This topic is relevant from GS paper 2 in the elections in India. Now, what is the news here? The news is that the Election Commission of India has initiated an action to delist 345 registered unrecognized political parties. So, we are going to see what are these registered unrecognized political parties, and the news is that they have not contested any elections since 2019 and their offices are untraceable. That means these bodies, these parties are only on paper, they have no physical presence. They have directed the Chief Election Commissioner of various states and UTs to issue showcase notices to these RUPPs before deciding on delisting them. So, the due process of law has been followed. Now, let us see about the registered parties. The Article 19 1C provides the right to form associations and it is a fundamental right. So, the political parties are an association or a body of individuals that citizens can form and that has been provided by the right to freedom under Article 19. Now, Representation of Peoples Act of 1921 in section 29A says about the registration of a political parties. A political party should register itself within 13 days of its formation with Election Commission of India. Now, they have to declare following things. First one is allegiance to Constitution of India. That simply means any political party that has been formed in the country should having an allegiance to the Constitution of India. That means it should abide by Constitution of India, it should respect the Constitution of India. It should not be against the Constitution of India. That is the first thing. Then second thing is it should be committed to socialism, secularism, democracy and sovereignty, unity and integrity of the nation. Then the Election Commission of India is going to examine the provisions for the internal democracy in the party, because India is a democratic country. And if the political parties are not having a democracy, then how the democracy is going to run in the country? So the Election Commission is going to ensure that there should be provision and a proper structure for having an internal democracy in the country. And the office bearer should be elected once. They should be regularly elected. There should not be a ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि there is one person who is the office bearer. So the office bearer have to be regularly elected. Then upon satisfying these conditions, the party is registered as a registered unrecognized political party. So the registration is going to be done with Election Commission of India. It should be done within 13 days. The next thing, the donation rules for RUPPs. What are the benefits these recognized registered unrecognized political parties get? First of all, they have to maintain the records of the individual donors who contribute more than 20,000 rupees in a financial year. Secondly, any donation that they are taking for more than 2,000 rupees should be only through either a check or a bank transfer. That is provided by the Income Tax Act of 1961. Third thing, the donor details have to be annually submitted to the Election Commission of India. Then if the donor details are not submitted, then the income tax exemptions that these political parties are going to get, they shall be forfeited. These exemptions are mentioned under 29C of RPA Act of 1951. Then what are the benefits that they are going to enjoy? Tax exemptions, as we have already talked about. It is also provided under section 13A of the Income Tax Act of 1961. Then a common symbol for contesting both state elections as well as Lok Sabha elections. And lastly, 20 star campaigners they are allowed to deploy. Star campaign simply means the income they can actually campaign in various constituencies, and the income bar, that the expenditure bar that is there on any candidate is not applicable upon these campaigners. Then ECI's notification on delisting and inactive RUPPs is as follows. It contains a list of 281 delisted and 217 inactive RUPPs. RUPP means registered unrecognized political parties. Then what is the reason? First of all, they are found non-existent at the registered address. Secondly, they fail to update the key details since 2014, like about the office bearers who are going to be the persons in these parties. Then what is the issue here with these parties? There are large number of letter pad parties. From as on May 2025, over 2,800 parties are there, registered unrecognized political parties are there, and out of this 2,800, only 750 actually contest. That means 1/4 political parties are contesting elections and others are basically letter pad parties. That means they are only on the paper, they are not having any physical presence, so they are not actually exist. They do not actually exist. Now, next, what is the problem here? First of all, the power with Election Commission of India is highly inadequate. The Representative of People Act of RPA of 1951 does not empower the Election Commission to deregister a party for following reasons. First of all, not contesting election, non-holding internal elections, and not submitting mandatory returns. So in these cases, a party cannot be delisted by the Election Commission of India. The RPA does not provide powers to Election Commission of India. Second, in the case INC versus Institute of Social Welfare and others, 2002, the Supreme Court has clarified that Election Commission does not have the power to deregister any political party under RPA Act. It may deregister only on following exceptional circumstances. First of all, there has been registration that is obtained by fraud. Then political parties ceasing to having allegiance to the Indian Constitution, so obviously they have to be delisted. Then political parties are declared unlawful by the government. So in these three conditions, the Election Commission of India can delist them. Then next, what should be done? The first of all, we need to go for the deregistration of political parties that are inactive for more than 10 consecutive years. And this recommendation is provided by Law Commission 255th report. Then an amendment to RPA should be introduced for ensuring intra-party democracy. So in RPA Act, it should be categorically mentioned that there should be an internal democracy in the country. Now this has been stated by the Law Commission report of 170th and 255. So Law Commission has twice stated about having an internal democracy in the political parties. Then RPA Act amendment should be done to empower the Election Commission to deregister the political parties. The Election Commission of India 2016 Election Reforms Memo has been stating that. Then enact RP Act amendment to legally enforce party reforms and internal accountability. So these steps need to be taken. Then based upon the discussion, you have to attempt this MCQ and you have to put your answers in the comment box. Now it's time for decoding the editorial. The editorial that we are having today is a year later, colonial era laws to new criminal courts. The backdrop here is nearly a year has passed since the 3 new criminal laws replacing the colonial era statutes came into force. Now this topic is relevant from GS paper 2 in the governance section. So let's see about the news. In a landmark move to decolonize and modernize India's criminal justice system, the central government in 2023 enacted 3 new legislations to replace the existing laws: the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, the Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita, and Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam. Now, these reforms, the objective was to make the legal system more citizen-centric, transparent, and technologically integrated, aligning it with the contemporary needs of the justice delivery in a rapidly evolving society. So this is the backdrop here. Ki 1 year has now been passed. These acts were enacted last year. So how has been the implementation of these particular acts, and what else we need to do to improve our legal system? Now, if we talk about the basics of this reform, we see the Indian Penal Code. It has been now replaced by the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. The Criminal Procedure Code, it has been now replaced by the Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita. And the Indian Evidence Act, it has been replaced by the Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam. The problem was that these acts were become very obsolete. There were certain procedures that we were following that were not required in today's time. And there are certain things that we need to do and we are not doing those things. For example, digital evidence and these kind of things, they were not being included properly. So that's why we needed a legal reform in this aspect that we have brought. Now, what are the other provisions of provisions in these acts? First of all, digital integration on investigation and trial. There is an app known as eSakshya app that has been introduced. The objective is whenever any recording is done, the evidence can be directly uploaded on this app. For example, a police officer goes to a crime scene, there the video recording is being done, and that video recording can directly be uploaded to the eSakshya app. So tampering will not be done. It can be directly accessed by the court, directly accessed by the advocates also. So it will actually smoothen and streamline the things. So the recording of search and seizure through audio video electronic means, it has been provided under the section 105 of BNSS. BNSS. This is BNS and this is BSA. Then search by a police officer, section 185 of BNSS. Then videography of the scene of crime, section 176. Recording of statement 173. And order of custody and disposal of property pending trial in some cases, section 2497 of BNSS. Now, the digital transmission is also there of the medical and post-mortem reports. That means hard copy leke jaane ki zarurat nahi hai. The hard copy is not required. Directly the medical reports can be uploaded on this eSakshya app. It will be done through the MedLepar, that is medico-legal examination and post-mortem reports. The next is mandatory forensic involvement has to be there. At any crime scene, the forensic science laboratory experts are required to visit the crime scene. It has now become mandatory. And section 176 of BNSS provides for that. Then the police dogs at the crime scene will also be increased to improve the investigation part. To improve the investigation, the IO, the investigating officers, must be personally there at the crime scene and he need to record their presence via selfie. So an IO officer has to take a selfie to tell that he was at the crime scene. He cannot delegate this to any other of his subordinates. So also the evidence collected is securely stored in the Saksha Locker, that is a national government cloud. So whatever the evidence is being collected, that has to be directly stored at the national government cloud, and the investigating officer has also be present there, because he is the person who can actually do the proper investigation. Then the significance, what is the significance here? First of all, increased transparency and accountability. Whenever the transparency and accountability increases, it increases the public trust, because it makes the particular department responsible. So in this case, the legal department is going to become more responsible towards the needs of the citizen, and that's why the public trust is also going to increase. The real-time evidence collection will enhance the public trust and prevent manipulation. Secondly, investigating officers are directly accountable now, because they cannot even unofficially depute their subordinates to carry out investigation in their name. They have to be there, they have to take a selfie also. Provision for capturing selfie by IO is likely to improve the overall quality of the investigation. So as the quality is going to improve, it is going to increase the public trust in the police. Then better evidence preservation. The secure tamper-proof digital evidence supports stronger prosecution. Hash values and certificates and will add to the legal credibility. The hash values will be attached with each evidence. Then enhanced role of forensic. The forensic science laboratories have to be involved, that will improve the quality and scientific validity of the investigation. Also, there is going to be a central forensic science laboratory and a national forensic science university in Raipur is going to be there, which is going to boost the forensic infrastructure in the country. Indian investigation actually lacks the forensic part. Whenever the investigation is being done, it is done with a very crude method, with the very traditional methods. Now forensic involvement actually enforces the evidence that are being collected. So involvement of forensic is going to improve the overall quality of the investigation. Next thing, greater public confidence in police. Obviously, the video evidence involving witness discourages the false denials. Transparency during the recovery of the weapon, drugs and evidence. Then alignment with modern justice delivery. It will push for digital courts, forensic based justice and interagency coordination will be there. It will strengthen India's criminal justice system to meet the 21st century demands. Now, what are the problems or the challenges that we are encountering? The first one is technological and operational gaps. The courts are not yet accessing the evidence directly from the ICJS. What is this ICJS? It is interoperable criminal justice system. That means you can directly collect the evidence from this ICJS system. But the courts are not accessing this thing, and it is available on national government cloud as well, but still they are not accessing it, and that's why the investigating officers are forced to submit the evidence manually. So it is actually increasing the burden on the investigating officers also. Secondly, the inadequate infrastructure and devices. Mostly IOs are not having the devices that are required. For example, the requirement is Android 10 plus and 1 GB of storage should be there on the device. Many IOs have to buy a new phone to operate this eSaksha app. Also, only one tablet per police station has been provided. So there are insufficient tablets for those police stations which are having multiple investigating officers. Then the functional limitations of eSaksha. The eSaksha app itself can only allow a 4-minute clip that can be uploaded. However, multiple clips can be uploaded. There is no limit on that, but still only a 4-minute clip can be uploaded. Then secondly, in case of a linked FIR, there is no provision to delete a picture or video that has not been recorded well. That is another problem. Then for offline FIRs, deletion is allowed but limited to 5 Saksha IDs only. Then resistance from accused and practical challenges are there. The accused often resist being captured on video while revealing the evidence. So that is one challenge that the police have to encounter in the practical part. Then cyber forensic deficiency is there in the country. Though eSaksha app generate a hash value and mandatory certification to authenticate electronic evidence, the cyber crime cases still require forensic experts to provide a clear opinion and testify in the court. So that is one challenge. Then state labs lack notification under IT Act and need dedicated cyber forensic labs. Then legal ambiguities and inconsistencies are there. Small thefts like 5,000 rupees are often not registered due to ambiguity in section 3031 of BNSS. On the other side, petty crimes, जो बहुत ही छोटे crimes होते हैं like gambling, they are being registered under section 112 despite its vague and open-ended definition. So the small thefts are not getting registered, but gambling is getting registered. That is one challenge that we need to overcome. Incomplete digital integration in judicial process. The judicial process is not completely integrated. Section 530 provides video conferencing for recording of evidence and examination of the witness, but has not been widely adopted. Secondly, there is delay in post-mortem reports also. That is another issue. Then what should be the way forward? क्या किया जाए? First of all, institutional feedback mechanism should be there. Establish structured feedback loops from investigating officers, public prosecutors and judges across the state so that we can improve this overall system. Periodic reviews at the center and state level should be done to assess the practical hurdles and recommend the amendments that are required. So we need to improve. It is being introduced first time. So we need to take feedback and accordingly we need to improve the system. Then legal and procedural reforms. We need to clarify the ambiguous provisions like section 303 or 112. Introduce amendments to ensure consistent and fair registration of the cognizable offences. Then strengthening cyber forensics. Notify state forensic lab under IT Act for handling electronic devices. Recruit and train expert witnesses who can depose in cyber crime cases involving digital forensics. Then enhance digital infrastructure. Equip every police station with multiple official Android 10 plus devices or tablets to avoid use of personal phones. Improve bandwidth and connectivity, especially in remote areas, to support real-time uploads of the eSaksha app. Then streamlining evidence submission. Enable direct access to evidence stored in the national government cloud for courts via ICJS, eliminating the reliance on the pen drives and manual submission of them. Then simplify workflow between CCTNS, eSaksha and court systems. Then expand the forensic capacity also. We need to do that. Set up mobile forensic labs in every district to ensure timely expert presence at the crime scene. Accelerate development of CFSL and NFSU branches, especially in the underserved areas. Then lastly, we should be also focusing upon the capacity building. Capacity building kiski? Training programs for investigating officers, prosecutors, judicial officers about the new legal provisions, evidences, evidence handling and use of Saksha app and digital tools. So this we need to do. Now based upon the discussion, you can attempt this mains answer and you can get it checked by us. So with this we conclude for the day. Thank you very much.